Hello, everyone! Welcome back. It is Wednesday. I'm your friendly neighborhood Prax. Welcome to the channel. It is time for our Zweihander long retreat. We're going to go around, say who we're playing, and then we're going to end with not Pope, with our wonderful GM for the evening, which is Tom, not Pope. And we'll get started in the fun, which is going to be lots of fun. And I think because I had that little slip, we'll actually start with Pope tonight. Hi, Pope. Welcome back. How are you?
Hey, doing quite well. As usual, very happy to be here. It's great to be with the Zweihander fam. Uh, Playing Aldar Ravenheart, our resident, hopefully angry dwarf. Um, and we both of us use he/him pronouns, and we are currently in the process of running away. There's going to be a lot of that. It's in the title.
That is true. There is a lot of that. And then directly below Pope is Laura. Hello, Laura. How are you doing? How's life going tonight?
Good, doing well. I am also excited to be back here with the Zweihander family. It's always nice to come back to familiar characters every week and have a chance to see how they progress. I will be Gisela Haberman, who apparently #Sigmar loves. And let's see. Yeah. Oh, no, because Gisela does not run away. Gisela tactically advances to the rear towards the capital. It is a tactical advance to the rear.
We call that a retreat.
Tactical advance.
You will notice that we are short our ogre friend tonight. Billy had some stuff come up, so we hope that Billy is doing better next time. But I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. I get to be Nethra Fusefire, our other dwarf, she/her, artillerist, who is also apparently a sniper, and yeah, is totally here for the, I guess it works that way with the religion. And that leaves us with the last but certainly never least wonderful GM for the evening. Hi, Tom. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. I'm really excited to get back into this. Sad to be down a Billy this week, but I think it's gonna be fine. Everyone's gonna be fine. Fine. Nothing bad will possibly happen. It's gonna be just a game of nice things today.
I'm hopeful you say that. And if not,
Like,
Nethra has a very big gun.
Strolls under the rainbows. It's going to be lovely.
Nethra has a big gun for a reason.
Well, if everybody's prepared, last time you all started your trek through the Drackwald. Captain Hartman leading you all. You successfully escaped from some you all started at the you all started at the Abbey last time, and as you were withdrawing, found that help had arrived from an unexpected direction. Unknown forces, likely belonging to an elector count who has largely sat out the Civil War, arrived, seemed completely unperturbed by the presence of undead, and then turned loose their hunting dogs on you all as you all ran into the woods. And actually, I believe Nethra was the one who saw, in addition to the fact that they took a body out of the Abbey wearing long martyr's robes and were treating it very reverently is a little too strong of a word, but they were treating the corpse with great respect. There was also something very large, easily 2 times or 2.5 times larger than the horse and rider, hulking off in the distance that you couldn't quite see through the rain. You all made your way into the Drackwall. You fought off some clearly undead, like large wolf-like dogs. managed to stave off a few. You actually managed to hide from most of them, if I recall. And after several days of travel, we are going to zip back in. The rain has cleared away. It's been drying off now for a day or two. You've been shielded from the heat in the forest as the tree cover has provided some pretty intense amounts of, like, it is a very thick forest. And the humidity has spiked, though. It is quite warm. And it is dawning on about the 5th day of you being in the woods. And before we get started, we kind of did a time jump at the end of last session, and I forgot to have Gisela roll for, at the end of evenings, to attempt to help Nethra and Aldar move back up their wound tracks. Because you're currently, both of you are probably, I think Nethra's probably lightly wounded, and Aldar is moderately. Yeah, so that's only going to require one roll for for Aldar, because Nethra, a night's sleep mostly clears up light wounds. So you can move back to fully healed. And Gisela, if you would please roll us that heal check on Aldar.
Absolutely. All right. All right, let's see. Okay. Well, it's not a critical fail, so I didn't make it worse. But it is a 58 over a 56.
Okay. Then Aldar is going to be rolling into this next section moderately wounded. And we'll give you another shot at this in a little bit. There haven't been campfires for obvious reasons. You've been sleeping in the dark. You've been eating whatever dried food or things that didn't require cooking, nuts, berries, that sort of thing, as you've gone along that you can find. I believe you guys did actually have a fair amount of rations going into this, so there's been no ability to cook anything. Morning dawns. Hartman, kind of groggily getting up. You've all been sleeping in your armor. It's been an incredibly long and dragging 5 days of moving through this forest. The sound of wing beats has not been heard for at least 2 days at this point. As Hartman sits up and kind of looks at all of you as you're all gathering your things and says, glances off to the north and says, I think we've made enough distance. I think it's time to get back to the road and move slightly more in the open. We'll make better time. It'll be a little bit easier, and hopefully we can get to the general and speak to him. Put this whole damn thing behind us.
I agree. The information we have is pertinent and we need to get it there as quickly as possible.
Right. He kind of peeks off and says, probably only about an hour from the edge of the wood. If we get moving quick, we can spend most of the day on the road. Who is going to be, for tonight, our navigation check? I believe that's mostly Nethra.
Nethra does the navigation.
Roll me that navigation
Because she can effectively see in the dark. Among other things. So that's a 60 under a 62.
Okay. All right.
Very close.
And then who's making the survival check to pick out the path?
I'm good either way, Aldar.
I believe I'm better as the scout because I'm a little bit quieter.
Yeah. Well, I'm about as quiet as I am survivally, so I will take whichever one you don't want. I will go ahead and survival. The verb now. Ooh, no. 61 over 46.
2 failed rolls are out of 3. What is happening this session?
No, I succeeded.
I know we have 2.
Barely.
We've
Oh,
rolled 3.
yeah.
We've rolled 3.
I've failed twice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you meant the checks.
No,
for normal.
we've rolled 3. We've had 3 rolls this game. 2 of them fails.
It's because I haven't been praying to Sigmar yet. Once we start invoking Sigmar, then the rolls happen.
Well, Nethra and Gisela begin charting out the path, with Nethra indicating the general direction you all should be going. Gisela, you begin picking your path through the forest, and you find yourselves together for this stretch of the journey. How do the two of you pass that time?
Sorry. Nethra occasionally is like kind of like, because we're doing this mostly in the dark, right? Or early?
It's daytime now.
Yeah,
Like it's morning's coming on. It
Okay.
looks something akin to your background.
Yeah. So occasionally it's just to reach out and like redirect Gisela and be like, so this married to your god thing.
I never said that. You said that.
You said you were at a convent. Isn't that the convent thing?
No. It is not a convent thing. It is a some convent thing, but it is not a all convent thing. In fact, if I remember correctly, the last time you asked about it, I said that wasn't how this worked. And that no, I had not married Sigmar. That would be weird. Pretty sure Sigmar was married.
I don't know. I don't pay attention. That's a you thing.
Yeah, pretty sure Sigmar was married. Whole emperor had like a continuing line and such. Did not marry Sigmar. Was that the only question? Because I mean, that was a really easy one. I'm used to these questions being much more difficult.
No, I don't get involved in philosophy. That's a big thing that I'm not actually interested in. Because they're all kind of the same. Over there.
I mean, they aren't. If you want, I'm sure I could get you like a primer. I don't know. I don't have the like little kids primer, which is probably about your level of knowledge. So like, and she starts looking through her bag for books.
You might not want to step on that twig. It's going to probably... and there you go.
Do you see how much armor I am in? I am not quiet. I have not been quiet.
No, I didn't want... Oh. Okay. Well, it wasn't really a twig. Just thought I would throw that out there. Don't worry, I'm actually rather intelligent and educated. I just don't care.
I wasn't saying you weren't intelligent. I was saying you probably needed the entry-level info. It really doesn't help you if you start reading about the interactions between the Pantheon unless you know who they all are and what their domains are. And you really have to get the basic level of information before you go to the secondary level of information, regardless of how intelligent you are.
Yeah, I just don't care.
Yeah, I know. That's why I am not looking that hard for the book.
However, this conversation, as it grows like increasingly involved, you two don't notice that you've actually moved into a fairly thick bit of brush and like into a bit of like a lull between two hills, like a minor valley ravine sort of thing. And you're having to move through some pretty difficult ground, and it slows you down for about an hour there as you have to like kind of like work your way through this area, and I'm gonna need everyone in the party to roll me a toughness test to maneuver through difficult ground. Remind me, what kind of armor is everybody wearing?
I wear
Burgundy.
leather.
Okay. Geese?
I have we're technically calling it munitions plate because she's been wearing it in pieces come apart, but it's heavy.
Yeah, then Gisela, I'm gonna say, can you take this one, since you're wearing like heavy armor and maneuvering through like bad terrain that's hooking on everything.
Yep.
Take this one at a -20.
Ooh, okay. -20 to toughness.
Yeah.
That's an 11 under a 33.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
6 under 64.
I need Sigmar so bad. That's a 91 over a 50 or over a 42.
Roll me 2d10.
Yeah, you realize at this point that toughness is the one skill I have not yet succeeded at.
Yeah, no, it's
7.
7
Mm-hmm.
with the two of them.
Yep, that was a 3 plus a 4.
Yeah, you're pretty nice.
I mean, I am, but what's that without?
I mean, like that's the amount of physical peril you take.
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, +2, so 9.
Still fine. Didn't
Yeah,
even
so
beat my basic.
I don't think anybody. All right, so while this is happening, the two of you are up there. Aldar, you haven't yet broken off to like start like really moving ahead yet, as you're still in pretty heavy cover at the moment. Aldar, you find yourself with the captain, following the path that Nethra and Gisela are cutting. You can hear them discussing theology just off in the distance. And Hartman is still his sword is slung. He's stopped carrying it. He's got a very large, he brought his weapon with him because he was on the run, and it's turning into an awkward carry for him. As he's kind of like slinging it on his back, but it's not a really comfortable way to carry a sword, but it's better than carrying it in his arms, and it's not the sort of thing to carry on your belt. As you can see, this journey is starting to wear on him a bit.
When we next make camp, let me see if I can't figure out what to do with your straps so that it doesn't get caught on everything and every rabbit from here to the capital.
It's too damn expensive to leave behind, but I wanted to chuck this thing into every stream I've seen for the last day and a half.
With our luck, you're going to be chucking it into whatever's flying.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but I'm just real glad we haven't heard it for a little bit.
Come south, they said. There's less chaos, they said. It's part easily with their gold, they said. Less dragons, they said. Yeah.
What the fuck are we dealing with?
Some minor fancy pants obscure deity that some human decide to, form a cult around, and now all of a sudden we are up to our eyeballs and dead.
Aldar, roll me a folklore test real quick.
Oh, 16 under 49.
Ooh. Dwarves do have long memories.
125 years, thank you.
Oh, you're is Aldar 125 years old?
Yes, he's middle-aged.
Well, then the first real report of undeath in the world in centuries happened around your birth, but it was far, far south of here. Since then, there have been increasing reports of undeath, and often the cults or the groups or the necromancers revolving around that have mainly revolved around a feminine deity. Sometimes you hear the term the Gilded One, sometimes the Golden Forged. All of them seem to revolve around this individual and then those chosen and risen up by her.
I don't know, probably some sort of tragic feminine figure that couldn't have a kid, so she decided to, dabble into the dark arts, make children that way.
Captain just shakes his head and says, that'd be pretty fucking on the nose, wouldn't it?
It's you humans who decide to make things rather, uncomfortably easy. He has to heft himself over a large branch that's in this valley.
Well, either way, I never seen anything like what we dealt with at the Abbey.
Oh, that one was relatively new for me too. I'm used to the dead that walk being a lot smellier and harder to put down.
Yeah, what? I've had to stand in there with the one time over on the eastern border before all this unrest and civil war started up. I had to hold the line against the brass-skinned fuckers that rose out of the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jolly fucks.
Yeah. Fire for skin, burning eyes, horns the size of your arm coming out of their fucking heads. That was different.
Yeah. They don't take their time. They come straight at you, and it's a lot of screaming, a lot of cutting, and then it ends quick.
Yeah.
This is moody. Don't like it.
I feel like we're being hunted, and I don't like it.
We don't be hunted until we get to where we're going, and even then, we may be hunted further still. So get used to the uncomfortableness.
He looks up and says, well, looks like Nethra and Gisela have done it. I think that's the road up there. Why don't you slip along on east and see what's ahead for us?
Holler when the horsemen with their axes and their black cloaks start showing up.
Now, roll me that stealth test.
The pride dice like the number 6 in total. So
It's a good dice.
6 under 54.
You managed to slip off, and you stay a steady about 10 minutes, 15 minutes ahead of the group, scouting out the road ahead. The road that you come across is a small, mostly beaten down path that runs right along the edge of the forest that seems to be mostly connecting local villages and the first thing you come across, logging camps. There is, as I think your role found, there hasn't been Fey activity in these woods for generations at this point, and as a result, logging's pretty safe. You don't have to worry about the trees coming to life and tearing you to pieces. you come across a logging camp in about the mid-afternoon. It's a decent sized camp. It looks like it was once home to like several dozen workers. The work yards have logs or like tree trunks laid out, the equipment still there. The camp has tents pitched, but it is completely empty when you arrive.
Any more of Sleeping Beauty's nice undead friends just like tripping about?
Roll me an
Birds that
awareness
don't
test.
have heads, or rabbits that are missing bits.
Roll me an awareness test.
Who? That is a 2 under.
Wow.
Come on. 2 under 49.
You are kind of working your way into the village gingerly, not too quickly. Kind of scanning, you see there's a few tent flaps waving in the wind. Other than that, there's no movement until suddenly you hear a noise to your left. Your head whips around and you see a reassuringly whole and very alive rabbit. Just sitting there in that stock still, like, oh shit, I saw somebody moment that rabbits have before it darts off.
Go north. Go northwest. Hey, Coley, carry the word. Oh, your little rabbit friends.
Further search proves this place is a ghost town, completely empty. You find no people, no signs of a struggle. It's as if everyone got up and left.
Don't like it. But I like their tents. So I'm going to go back. So it's creepy, but there's an entire abandoned logging camp ahead. They left their tents.
That's a little.
An abandoned logging camp means supplies. If they left their tents, they left other stuff. And we left an entire cart full of cool shit with our, army buddies.
Now, I did see a live rabbit as opposed to a live again rabbit.
Did you kill it? Because, I could really use rabbits too. That would be delicious.
No, we both sort of looked at each other and were in shock. And I don't know if you can tell, I'm not fast.
That's disappointing.
But
Not that you're not fast, but that there's not going to be stew.
are you sure you want to be lighting a fire anytime soon?
Yes, I still want to burn the whole thing.
I agree. There could very well be less creepy forest filled of undead bugs and stuff. Fire usually solves those problems, but we have to move before burning the entire thing.
Aldar, you're not getting better. We need the camp. We need to do it with warm food and warm beds and...
I'm not getting worms.
To be fair, could you really tell that much of a difference from where he usually is?
Yes, he has a concussion.
Could you really tell that much of a difference from where he usually is?
Yes. I have to look. It's my job to check. I can tell.
Well, at the very least, we can see about raiding all of that canvas, those tents, and whatever stuff they left behind that we can use for camping. Also, it's shaded, and there's plenty of wood that's been left behind. Now, that being said, it's a clearing, and if Zoomy McFuckbird decides to wisp about, it's kind of suspicious.
Well, we can take the tents, break them down, move them under the tree cover, and then we're not going to, die. But aren't we continuing? Well, they might have other stuff, like shot and fire. I still say fire is important.
And food and medicine. And were they all tents, or were there any, buildings?
It was mostly tents. That there was a good number of logs that were prepped to being hauled out, but not much else that I could spy. I saw movement. I stared at a rabbit. I didn't hear or see nothing else. It's like a temporary transition between deep woods logging and hauling it off to the main road.
All right. Well,
Captain goes, might have a card. You
Might-
And we have a rim saw, so cart would be good.
in a pinch, we could use Remsaw as a horse. Let's go check it out, see what time it is. We end up sleeping there. Kind of looks up. Skies have been clear for a couple days now.
So, Isla, who do we pray to for good weather and possibly fire?
Who would we pray to for good weather and possibly fire?
I mean,
GM?
Sigmar, obviously.
No, because it wouldn't be. Sigmar doesn't give a shit about good weather. Who cares about weather? Who's the agricultural deity here?
Tal is the naturally more like nature side of things that are red in tooth and claw sort of thing, but also
What about the growing one?
that would be Tal's wife, who is Verena, I believe, off the top of my head. I might be getting the name wrong there, but the two of them cover most of the nature related things. And considering you're in Tabatanland, which is Tal's land, he would probably be, if you're going with the whole you pray to the god who has the most power over the area you're in, as long as they're part of the official pantheon. Tal is definitely the one of them that you would be pairing to.
Yeah, no, if I think you're looking for Tal. This is definitely his zone, and I mean weather's not
You
really
have a god named Toll?
one L, not two L's. And weather's not really his shtick, but he's married to the lady who does weather, so maybe he'll put in a good word with us.
Hold on.
Your naming conventions leave much to be desired.
I didn't pick the name.
Gisela, you wouldn't have to roll to know this. A proper offering to Tal would be catching that damn buddy, gutting it, and then leaving its innards out in a nice little shrine for Tal's all sorts of forest creatures to come devour.
Delightful. So you're looking for good weather? I'm looking for stew. I think we could get both if we kill the bunny.
So what you want is for me to put a couple of snares out.
or I could shoot
or
it.
for Nefer to shoot it, but yes.
Not with the firearm, with the crossbow, which is silent
Yeah.
and deadly, or I could hit one of the deer I saw.
Ooh, no, deer
venison
would be
would be
really good.
better.
Deer's even better. Bigger animals.
Make
No.
good sausage?
No, have more offal for offerings. I mean, have you guys really never done any of this?
No.
I'm
Sausage,
practically
smoking meat, yes, but no.
Yeah, and most of our meat is from boars.
Good eating on a boar.
Boars have entrails as well.
Yeah.
Sausage.
They're actually harder to kill. Boars are real dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why most of a dwarf's meals are, made of vegetables, roots, mushrooms.
You can
Mushrooms
always
are
go
good.
after easier to kill prey.
Why?
I come from a land where dragon is a constant threat.
Well, carrot stew for you then.
Carrot stew is amazing.
Add some turnips and it's perfectly edible.
Yes,
That's all
right.
the
a
basic.
few herbs and it's fantastic.
Let's go look at the camp. Nethra, if you see anything that's edible along the way in the meat variety, like, go ahead and take it out. We could use that.
Nethra,
Cool.
why don't you, if you want to go hunting,
Yes.
Nethra, go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Cool. I can do survival. So that is a... Hold on. Oh, okay. Upside down. That is a 33 under a 40.
340. Please describe for me the hunt that Nethra goes on that is successful.
So I think Nethra, because she had seen the deer that first night in the culvert, and so she's been tracking kind of the general lay of like animal movements through as they were going. Plus she doesn't need to actually, because of her echolocation, she doesn't need to actually see a lot of things, even though she's got really good eyesight. So she has been kind of tracking from the deer track that they were on to kind of listening to where they were doing, and she's kind of moves out like 10-15 minutes in front of the rest and just waits perfectly for that moment when, she can just slide around behind, pulls out the repeating crossbow, and then will stalk Bambi's mom for dinner.
Well, you move off in that way, and you kind of come over a slight rise, and there's a little creek bed, and you see a staggeringly perfect elk. A huge rack of antlers on this, standing proudly and tallly in the forest.
Cool.
Unmoving, on alert, but not having bolted.
Have I seen on this entire journey, even when we came and before the battle, anything that looked like an elk? At all?
No.
Does this look normal elk-like?
Let me scrutinize.
I can do that. That is actually something I have a skill in. So that's a 33 under a 50.
Critical success. So first, what are you concerned about here? Is there a particular fear that Nethra has seen?
Look, we've seen undead. We've seen all the creatures of things coming back from the dead. We've seen this does not. The entire time she's been in the south, she has not seen anything that looks like an elk. Does this look? Is there anything that makes this magic touched, not normal, and/or something I shouldn't eat?
So first of all, this elk is very healthy and hale. This is a very much alive creature. It has a smattering of markings on it, like not marked on it, like patterns in its actual coat that appear slightly random, like white dots, black dots intermixed, but with the scrutinize I'll give you, are often associated in folklore with like mythical creatures. Like this thing it's not quite like a full-on white like white deer sort of thing.
Mhm.
But it's like in a similar status. This is like could be considered like borderline sacred.
Yeah. She's gonna sigh and turn away and go, "No, I don't eat nothing that's gonna possibly cause us to be cursed and or fucked over. We already got that problem going." And she's just gonna like holster the crossbow, nod, and then work her way around to see if she can't find something else that's not, you know, magic touched.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to be double cursed.
As you turn away from the elk and continue your hunt, we're gonna flip back to Aldar, Gisela, and the captain in the camp. What are you all doing?
Snare time.
Guys.
All right. Gisela, roll me a check to find some supplies.
I'm prioritizing medicines and healing supplies over pretty much anything else.
All right.
What type of check am I rolling?
To find something and a thing like this would be awareness, I would say.
Okay. That is a good 41 under 46, so a little bit better.
41 under 46. First of all, you find some foodstuffs here. They're all rotted. This camp has apparently been abandoned long enough for the bread to go bad and most of the food to go bad.
Okay.
You do find one packet of Quicksilver.
Okay.
You find 3 doses of mandrake root.
Oh, I don't have mandrake root yet. Excellent.
And that's what your search warrants.
Doesn't happen to be surgical tools anywhere, does there?
No, there don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Aldar, what are you doing?
Snares.
You're setting up snares?
Yep.
All right, roll
I
me
mean,
that.
I've heard requests for small woodland creature food.
Roll me that survival check.
All right. That is a 27 under a 49.
Ooh, yeah. You set up successfully. You set up and managed to catch 3 small woodland creatures. You don't catch a squirrel, happily. 2 variants of rabbit, and you catch 1 fox.
All right. Gisela, got food.
Nethra, you return to the camp with your kill. It is a mildly underwhelming fowl of some kind.
Peafowl is
Pheasant's good
fine.
eating.
Yeah. It's not a bad one. It's just like you were hoping for something a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Also, if it was peafowl, that's actually a very fine meal in period. I'll need some turnips and some carrots.
Yeah.
I would also like, and she would come in, she would bring this, and she'd hand it over, and she goes, "So, creepy giant elk thing with mystical tattoo markings didn't shoot it."
Probably a good idea.
I'm going to disassemble the other snares.
That was my thought.
Would I know anything about?
Roll me a folklore test at -10 since tall isn't your jam.
Okay. He is in fact not my jam. However, that is a 22.
Tall is red in tooth and claw. If he puts a nice elk in front of you, he wanted it to be sacrificed.
Oh, he doesn't ever be the elk. That's a different dude.
That would be a different dude. Tall is red in tooth and claw. It is this.
Yeah.
It is nature. Shit kills other shit to eat and live.
Well, I mean, Tall would pretty much have been okay with it. I think he would have like thought it was a really sweet elk, but I think we'll be okay with a compiling of what we have.
Yeah. Probably fine.
It
All
should be
right,
fine.
well, now I know. Next time I'll shoot the stupid thing.
I mean, the worst that'll happen is the Fae will get upset at us, but like Tall will think it's cool.
Eh.
Oh yeah, no, the Fae might totally get upset with us. I don't know anything about that.
Well, while this whole conversation, Nethra is plucking the fowl, the peafowl, and pheasant, good old pheasant, and she's keeping the pin feathers,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fletching feathers.
fletching
Absolutely.
feathers. Yeah.
All right.
Gisela,
Yes.
what? So there's a fox, there's several hares, and there's a pheasant. What are you going to select to make your impromptu offering to Tall?
I mean, I was thinking all of it.
Not
I
gonna
was-
eat anything?
Well, you said it could be like. Previously, you said I thought it could be like the entrails.
Oh yeah. No, we
like-
can definitely go. We can go Roman pagan with this. Where it turns out Tall's favorite parts are the parts we don't eat.
You know that.
That's fair enough. I'm gonna say for this, we're gonna make this since there's not really like a religion skill, we'll go with incantation since that's your praying skill.
Mhm.
Hey, the Greeks and Romans, it was all about big thing, kill everybody, cook it, and then the gods would eat whatever the smoke was rising from up to the Olympus, and the spiritual
yeah.
eating of it, and then everybody else would eat everything else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tall does demand a slight, like not a full-on blood sacrifice, but he wants some stuff
little
laid
bit.
out for him, you know. So we're gonna say incantation. This is gonna be at a -10 because it isn't your god and all that. I would have evened it out. If you're doing the elk, I would have given you a bonus. I honestly thought Nethra was gonna go for it.
Nethra's seen enough shit, and like if it was a deer, it would have been one thing, but like we hadn't seen an elk this entire time, and weird shit has been happening.
I'm not unhappy that it's like everything's fucked up and you're like, what is happening? All right, Gisela.
All right. You know what? I gotta fucking fix this. I rolled a 98. I am using a reroll.
All right.
Because
Okay.
fuck this luck. I cannot keep doing this. There we go. That's a 19. This is what I'm looking for.
Do you want to narrate the sacrifice that you do?
Sure.
Okay.
Gisela's gonna get so she's actually gonna take and make like a stone circle right, not in the clearing, like right at the edge in the woodland part, because the woodland part is Tall's domain, so she wants it to be there. And she's gonna take and actually, before anybody's butchered the animal, she's gonna slice them open so that the entrails fall into the circle the way they fall, because sometimes that's a thing. So she's not gonna place them there. She's gonna let them fall the way they fall, and then she's gonna take some of the blood from inside of the animals and like draw symbols to Tall and a couple to Sigmar, because you know I can't not like in a circle around to like bring both of them together to help us do a thing.
As you make your sacrifice to Tall, bringing it in line with Sigmar, hoping for favorable weather, you finish this, you step away, and as in the moment afterwards, as you sit there, a roll of thunder comes across, and you can see clouds on the horizon. And the captain looks and goes, There goes the campfire idea. Well, let's get into some tents. Hunker down for the night.
I mean,
maybe
we
this is good weather. Maybe we'll be hard to find.
we could channel a fire. Channel dig one?
Okay. Right, well, my body's aching. I just want munch on some of these nuts and stay dry.
Rain begins to drop down. There is no moon that night. There are no stars. It is a completely overcast night.
Gisela's gonna stay up all night looking at her sacrifice and trying to figure out what happened.
Are you taking the full watch then?
Yeah. No, she's
by
gonna
the way,
stay up all night.
before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Would you like to roll to check Aldar's wounds?
Yes, I would. There we go. That is a 43 under 56, so we're good.
Aldar, you are bandaged. Your bandages are changed. They are rebound. You are going to move to lightly wounded when you wake up tomorrow, and then you will recover up after your next rest. Gisela.
Yeah.
Roll me an awareness test for tonight.
Yeah. 20.
You give the night to everybody else. Is it fair to say your irritation is Gisela's irritation is keeping her up as she's
not irritated, she's confused.
Mm-hmm.
She's done offerings to other deities before. The convent she was at wasn't exclusive to Sigmar.
Yeah,
like
it was the Pantheon.
Right. She's like, I didn't fuck this up. Like, I haven't done this one in a while, but I didn't fuck this up. And so, like, she's sitting there, and it's more of a contemplative than an upset. But, like, it's contemplative and confused.
The rain is falling. You are out in the rain.
Yeah, no, totally out in the rain.
Lightning, thunder, most of it distant. But you can see off in the west, there's a roiling thunderstorm. It is likely coming your way. It is going to be a long night. And as you sit there looking at your sacrifice, you see that the entrails that you let fall form like there's a half swirl to it, and it leads off, and your eyes just drift in that direction as you see, standing probably about like 150 yards into the forest, 200 yards into the forest, a large tree. And as your eyes focus on this tree in the darkness and the rain, you are suddenly blinded by the flash of lightning as a lightning bolt splits that tree.
Gisela's going to go towards it then.
You move through the forest, approaching the smoldering remains of this huge tree with it split in half. As you approach, you turn and you come to the side where it's split. And you see in it, burned into the wood, the hammer of Sigmar. Not the actual physical thing, just the symbol
Right. No.
etched into the wood. And above you see the clouds roil again, and they flash almost with that like upper atmosphere lightning, but there's that slightly goldish tint that you saw back at the Abbey.
Okay. She's gonna put her hand on the tree. Like, okay. What's good for me isn't always what I want. Right. I got it. I know that. Would have killed you for what's good to me for being what I want for once. Okay.
Another roll of thunder.
Does it look like the hammer symbol would come off easily, or is it still like half a tree?
What sort of? Roll me a coordination test to see if you can like really quickly free this thing.
Sure. 11.
All right, you have a Miracle of Sigmar piece of wood with you where it's like, no guys, look, it's totally a hammer.
Delightful. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I'm going to do something and I'm writing it down.
You need to get some varnish and then like good frame mounting. Yeah.
Look real nice in a den or an office.
Or the backside of a shield.
Something real cool with it.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a real good idea. Nethra, put it on the inside of a shield so that you can look at it while you're fighting.
I mean, I don't use shields, but yeah, that could be a cool
thing.
No,
I have ideas. Like I have thoughts.
We'll talk.
Later. Yeah, we can talk later. It's more of like epilogue. If you live through all this thing, I know exactly where this thing is going to end up. All right. So, other than that, the night passes. Yes, a giant, oversized banner. Exactly. The night passes calmly for the rest of the night. You all awaken. Aldar, your wound feels remarkably better. The rain has stopped. The sun is poking through. And you all are able to continue on up the road. Aldar, would you be taking the lead again?
Yeah, I'm taking point.
All right.
I was Divine McClanky and Good Eyes should stay with the captain.
A quick breakfast is had as the captain wants to get a move on. Aldar, you move out in front. And it's not... You all got your start at first light. It's not yet midday when the road that you're following comes to a cluster of hills slightly north of the road, and you see a small village sitting there. A wooden palisade around these hills. On the side of the road, as you're approaching, a sign. One word inscribed on it with a raven sitting on top of the sign. It says Saal. S-A-A-L. The lettering on it is worn and torn, and you can see individuals moving in the village. On top of the hill at the back, you even see a stone building, what appears to be a chapel. A few birds sitting on top of it. It appears to be a road stop village.
I'll take a bit of dried fruit from on my pack. Toss it to the raven. Wouldn't happen to know if they're all dead yet.
Ah!
Didn't think so. Yeah, good hunting to you. And make my way back to the others. Looks like there's a roadside town soul movement. Looks like they also have a temple. There's crows and whatnot, so I don't know if they're all alive yet, but from what I can tell with the wind, it didn't smell bad. A place called Saul, Captain? It's
Never heard of it,
all right. Great.
but might as well see if they have any food or fuck a horse.
I was thinking, considering their luck, bandages, maybe some form of
I mean,
carryable
friendly
cover.
face would be enough for me right now. An actual place where we could sit by a fire for a few minutes.
Okay. Well, let's go see if they're all dead.
Right.
What's the over-under you got going, Aldar?
Considering all the sacrifices and the weird mumbo jumbo, I'm going to say there's a 70% chance they're alive.
I'll take those odds.
Captain says, I'll put down $0.25 of gold that they're alive. I'll bet on optimism until right now.
I'm not betting on something I'm hoping for.
I'd be doubly disappointed if they're dead.
Am I allowed to burn it all to the ground if they're dead?
If they're dead, we'll burn the place to the fucking ground.
There we go.
If they're dead,
See-
I kind of feel like Gisela is going to be lighting the first building.
There's a good palisade there, so there's plenty of light.
All right. Well, let's get moving. The group's approach on the road does not go unnoticed, as you can see, as the five of you, because of begins walking. The woods are like a couple yards off to your left as you're walking down this road. This road goes right along the side of the Drackwald. The right is open meadows. The larger, like the actual serious road that connects the old Stahlbruck to Tibetanland is Tibetanheim is still north of you. It would be a decent journey to that road, and it would be an unnecessary one at this point. So you're taking like the medieval case of like a frontage road, like you're moving along this, and you can see a small group has formed at the mouth of the palisade as you're all approaching.
Captain, we're in a hurry. Do we want to just go around?
We've been on the road about a week. We have, if our worst case scenarios for this, we still have about 3 weeks before anything serious is going to happen. We could afford one night to recoup.
If nothing else, getting a fresh water supply is a good idea. That too, if they're alive, yeah.
That too, though. We've been making pretty good.
I mean, we're going to go tell a large city of people about a giant undead army and also another army. And
There's also-
that army might have been traveling on the road already.
Gisela?
There's also a temple.
Gisela.
You say that as if every Tom, Dick, and Harry village doesn't have a temple someplace.
That doesn't show at all, Nethra. Can't tell a bit. Turns to look at Gisela. Your concerns are well-founded. I understand them. But if we die of fucking exhaustion on the road, we don't do anyone any good. We're gonna, if we can, take a quick breather, take our boots off, take our fucking armor off for the first time in a week, get something to eat, and then we'll hit the road twice as hard after one night. Understood?
Yeah. We'll look for horses. They might have horses.
If they got horses and carts, we'll, he looks at Eldar, we'll offer to buy them. We'll offer to buy them on credit, or we'll requisition them. Whatever it takes.
Okay.
If
Alright.
they have horses and carts, let me do.
And in a pinch, we don't need carts. We just need horses.
Yeah.
Right.
He turns to look at Remshaw and says, I don't know if a horse can carry you, big buddy, but if push comes to shove, we can leave you here and come back and pick you up.
They have big horses. They're plow horses. I don't know. Is there farmland around? Do they have? It would plow horses even?
Horses don't handle ogres.
With the amount of timber that they're hauling through here, there's probably at least 4 quarter horses that not 4 Destroyers that we can hook to a cart and haul both my heavy and his heavy ass.
Yeah. We need a oxen for Remshaw to ride something.
Don't tempt me. It'd be funny.
As you approach the group outside of the village, you see 4 individuals standing at like pseudo attention. They appear to be wearing armor. They are definitely carrying weapons. They are big, not ogre big, but they're large for humans. They're definitely like corn-fed farm boy types who they got the 4 biggest dudes in armor they had to go stand out in front of here.
So their last name is Kent. I got it.
Yeah.
Wait, now how tall are these guys compared to Gisela? Because she's 5'10".
These are all over 6 feet.
Okay.
So it's the 1990s Dallas Cowboys offensive line. Got it.
Yeah, and actually at least 2 of them are pretty broad too, and not in just like in that offensive lineman way sort of thing. They appear to be wearing male shirts. They have helms that cover their faces.
It's a Blood Bowl team. Got it.
Standing out in front, however, is a kindly late middle-aged man in kind of like worn robes, standing there smiling, saying, "Travelers, welcome to Thal." Saul, sorry, that was my own. Who do we have the pleasure of addressing?
I'm Sister Gisela of the a adherent of the God Emperor. And these are my companions.
It is a pleasure, Sister Gisela. I'm Heinrich Holland. I am the caretaker of the village of Saul.
We are traveling through on urgent business. We have important news to deliver, and we were hoping that we could rest here quickly and be out of your hair in the morning.
Absolutely. We would be honored to be your hosts. Please, come in the village.
Okay, so is it just me, or does that like feel creepy? Can we roll to check to make sure
I'm
that's
getting some
creepy?
culty vibes. I can't say I'm not getting culty vibes.
If that's the feel y'all are getting, I'm not gonna make you roll for that.
Okay.
I'm just going to point out, he didn't say he was a priest. He just said he was the caretaker of the village.
And caretaker has some very specific connotations coming from where I'm sitting.
Also, except for Gisela, Nethra is very convinced at this point that every spiritual individual that they meet is entirely sus, and I should be shooting their face off.
Except Gisela.
Except Gisela.
Every spiritual individual except Gisela. Got it.
Second. Let me hold on. Let me just Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Oh no, actually that wasn't very good. Yeah, no. He has no idea that he's made you all uncomfortable. He is just standing there, just being like, good. Good.
An inn? Do you have a roadside?
Yes, of course. We would be happy to have visitors.
In order to have visitors, you and your fine, upstanding young men behind you would need to move out of the roadway and let us in.
He turns around and says, you may go. They are not any threat to us. And they turn and walk back into the town. And you see behind them, like the palisade covers like a little bit of a flat ground, and then like a road going up into the hills. There's like about 3 hills here. You see people moving around and going about their daily business.
Okay. Well, let's... You guys want to shop or get a room, or we should...
I'm sorry, the old man gave me some weird fucking vibes. I'm
No,
not
he
expecting all of these folks all of a sudden to have, larger than normal eyes and do things during the night.
No, he was super creepy as fuck. But the captain wanted to stay here, so like, let's make sure we get the stuff we need during the day, cause creepy as shit.
Okay, it wasn't just me. Good.
No, it's definitely on the creepy as shit vibe. And she turns to the captain and goes, my propensity to burning it to the ground has been raised, about 20%.
Captain just said, Nethra, I appreciate your enthusiasm. We're not going to burn their village to the ground because their greeter is a little too... I don't know what the fuck that was, but no, we're not burning to the ground for that.
Look, Captain...
Can we burn him?
It's not...
That would be a Gisela call. Gisela, the Church of Sigmar is the one who burns people, right?
No.
Is it the Inquisition?
Sort of, but it's the Inquisition. We don't necessarily associate with all the things they do.
Okay, so the Inquisition does fire. I think we can get along with the Inquisition a bit more. Tell us more about them later.
No, you cannot get along with... No.
Oh, Captain turns to look at you. I don't know if the two of you would pass a questioning.
No, you know absolutely nothing. The Inquisition, just don't. If you see the Inquisition coming, walk the other way. Hell, if I see the Inquisition coming, I walk the other way. But like...
Is the old dude with the Inquisition?
No. But honestly, so here's the thing, guys. It's actually really not... It's not incorrect for me to call myself Sister Gisela still and claim I'm an adherent, but like really, if I'm walking around with my armor and my giant hammer, like someone should question that more than he did. Like honestly, that was he should have not really been as okay with that as he seemed to be, which makes me think that maybe he's not all there.
Out in that like super The Office way where like she's like fuck, where like he's just standing there and he's just like,
no, you said he walked in.
You all did not follow
that to me.
No, like he wasn't listening to you. He's just like suddenly there being like, you all are standing outside the village.
I was making sure that our companions had all arrived behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Remsaw has a tendency to get lost.
He looks around. You are very large. And Remshaw
like
just kind of nods.
Mm-hmm.
Like your very large friends. Actually, this might be a great time to find Remsaw armor. It seems they have it in his size.
We have a few spare sets if you are interested in purchasing.
We will explore those options.
Wonderful. If you will follow me. And he
I will
turns and heads
follow
back
him.
into the village again.
And I will give Aldar the look that means, if we're gonna start killing people, kill one that wears Ramsauce-size armor first. So like, that we.
Nethra
It's a look.
shi-
It means that.
Nethra shifts one of the rifles that she's carrying and is just like, as she's walking, just taking the oil skin wrap off the flint that she put on it when it was raining, putting in the pocket.
I apologize for
Just
the
shifting it so it
minor
carries
show-
better.
For the minor show of force. We are a small village and have had a rough time in this civil war.
Just in the Civil War?
No, not just in the Civil War. We have been the target of many things. In fact, this village was once. We were once savaged by a Grendel horde that emerged from the forest. We only just survived. And actually, like, smiles and turns back and says, "Our benefactor, Albrecht von Saul, our local lord, actually died defending this very village, and thus we named the village after him to venerate and respect Father Saul." And like turns back to continue walking.
Could
It is
I
in this
ask
way
what
we will show respect for his way of giving his life to, so that we may continue ours.
Could I ask what the village was called before you renamed it in order to honor the venerable father?
Vierlet. We were once the village of Vierlet.
Does that name mean anything to me?
You can roll a folklore test. -20 because it's like a tiny little village.
Can I aid?
You can aid if you wish.
Cool. That's 20, so.
Well, you rolled.
You rolled a 2?
You rolled
Yeah.
a 2. Yeah.
Sweet, because I rolled a 92, but I will take that 2 to make it a 22. Hello, crit success.
Vierlet and Saul are both the name of a village that sits on the edge of the Drakkwald. It is a small travel/logging village. It was like this. It's like a node village. Like, you know how you have a kind of like a hamlet or like an area where like you have a lot of dispersed different individuals or like small logging camps, and they all kind of centralize in like one marketplace. This would be it for this area. It is briefly shown up in Imperial records. It did have a Grendel incursion. Folklore-wise, that's about all you know.
Okay. Just that there was a Grendel incursion. How long ago was that? Is this like Brigadoon, where it's like he's like, oh, it was last year, and really it was 150 years ago, sort of shit?
It was like decades ago.
Okay.
This
So
is
pre-war.
Yeah, this is pre-war. They were renamed Saul.
Mm-hmm.
Anything have you been safe the last few nights? There's been terrible storms, and I feel like they may have been portents of a greater evil.
We have seen the storms. Nothing has come here, though we have heard disturbing rumors from riders from the west.
What sort of rumors?
That something horrible happened on the battlefield of Stolbrook.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, those are really super normal rumors. I thought there might have been like more
No.
disturbing rumors.
No, not the Battle of Stolbrook. Something horrible happened on the battlefield in the aftermath of the Battle of Stolbrook. Perhaps 3 nights ago.
Hmm.
Tell me, what direction you are coming from the west?
Through the woods.
Oh, yes, you are coming. You're coming from the
east
my bad.
to
It's
the
all
west,
to the
and
east. Yeah,
Stahl
you're going
isn't
east
it?
to west. Yeah.
Isn't
You're
Stahlbrook
traveling west.
Yeah, we're traveling
Stallbrook
east.
was the east.
Okay,
My bad. Yep. Nope. That was a GM. That was a GM issue.
perfectly okay. Perfectly
You
okay.
are traveling west. What can you tell us? You must be bringing news.
Of an army incursion. We're coming from the southeast, right? Because if we came up through the woods,
Yeah.
from the southeast, we have news for the.
The woods are unsettled.
The woods are always unsettled. It is the Drockhold.
But there's an army. The army of the north is massing, and we're trying to get to the general to let him know.
Ah. Well. Turns to look. You are still by the road. About a week from Tebotenheim.
Is there a quicker way than the road?
If you could sprout wings and fly.
I don't think I'm able to do that quite yet.
Other than that, the road is the quickest way.
Well, I thank you for your assistance, and I'm assuming we're standing outside of the inn right now because this is a fairly small village.
As you're just standing there and he is just like not taking the hint, and he's just like, have no other news from the east?
Does he seem excited, desiring to know about the massive dead unholy army hoarding following us, or does he feel afeared of that
Roll me
possibility?
scrutinize.
Yeah, I'm getting this vibe that he's. I'm getting a vibe. I'm getting an 11 under a 50.
11 on the vibe check.
So he knows significantly more than he's letting on. He is, and with the crit, not only does he know more, he's testing you all to see if you'll tell him.
Okay, so he knows he's testing us.
He knows something's going on.
Does he seem like the giant undead horde of evilness is a good thing for him or a bad thing?
You since you guys haven't brought it up, you don't know.
Okay.
You would need to see his reaction to it. He clearly knows something is going on. He clearly is baiting you all to say something about it and is waiting to see how you all react.
Nethra's gonna like slidle to kind of just behind Remsaw and flick this, like, pull the hammer back subtly using Remsaw's leg as like to like hide her hands, and she's gonna say, you know, there was just the rumors of possible massive undead evilness, an evil lich, a giant vampire, horrible shit, and a violent flying thing. But you know, who believes that?
So you've seen it too.
Mm-hmm.
An abomination. Looks at you all and says, do you stand with the undead?
No, I shot her face off.
I'm awfully alive and kind of attached to the existence.
Good. Good. Then we can be friends.
Okay, do I have to shoot your face off?
No. No. This event that has happened is an affront. It is an affront to life itself. The cycle does not stand for those who have died to rise again. Those who die feed further life. This is the natural way of things. To do anything else is an affront to nature itself, and all those who oppose it should unite.
We 100% agree. If we could go have some, like, baths, and Gisla's gonna start grabbing Aldar's arm and trying to, like, walk into the inn.
Yeah.
Like,
after the first poll, it's just like, okay, door is opening now.
You all go into the inn. As you pull yourself into the inn, the common room that you pull yourself into is completely empty. There are nobody in there. No fires are lit. This is an abandoned building.
How old is there any like? I don't like this. I don't like this.
okay, I think we all don't like this. Let's make a plan.
Did he follow us inside?
He's standing in the doorway, just
shut the door in his face. Okay. So, let's make a plan. Let's get some food. Let's get some ale. Let's pry about 6 to 10 nails out of the tables or any furniture here and find an upstairs room.
I mean, I can do a lot with this.
Who's that guy about?
I can.
Let's not talk about it right here where he's standing right outside. He is about being a wonderful host and showing us to this inn.
That's
an excellent host, Aldar. He's an excellent host.
You hear through the door. I understand. This requires some discussion. I will leave you to discuss in private as we have time.
Nope.
Just Aldar with the full face.
Nethra shifts gears and hands the rifle. She uncocks the hammer, hands the rifles to Remsaw, and drops her bag and starts pulling apart everything in this space to make this in a new fortification.
No. It's a way house, right?
Yes, this is a way house. This would be the main. This is like the door that gets you into the common room.
Let's find a bedroom.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
someplace on the second floor if we can. Someplace with no windows if possible. Wherever they put a bunch of people in beds. Yeah.
All right, but I don't. Okay. But she's pulling the materials from the stuff down here.
Yeah.
Because I can make a bunch of siege engines.
Fire poker set. We're taking all of that wrought iron with us.
Also, let's look for food. Anything that doesn't look like it's spoiled. Alcohol.
Also, I don't like the way he said we had time. I don't like the impression of time in his head.
So, Gisela.
Yeah.
Roll me an awareness check to find what you want to find in terms of supply. As you then find the common, like the bunk room.
6.
6? All of the food in here is utterly rotted, molded over, and disgusting.
Fuck.
You do find 2 sealed bottles of wine.
Okay.
You manage to find a chair that you knock apart and pull a few iron nails out of. And you.
How many's a few?
How many do you need?
Sets of 3.
You find 3 sets.
So 9.
You find 9 nails. And then it is a 2-story inn. There's a common room, like dining, drinking area. Then there is a back room that has like the common sleeping area. If you pay for like the cheap stay, there's like the room where there's just a bunch of beds. There are 2 windows at the back of that are ground floor. On the second floor are the individual rooms, and there are like a slew of rooms as it like snakes around and like makes it. There are a few rooms up there that are like very closety. They're like the small dorm rooms that are just like a shot back and room for like one bed and no window because they are all interior.
That's what we want.
All right.
Okay. So
Nethra begins to build siege fortifications.
One thing before we do that, there's I haven't done this before. There was a godsworn who came to the convent before I left. He was able to do this. There had been an issue in the town nearby, and it was able to help him. I think maybe I can do it. She's gonna take 3 of the nails out and go to the door, and she's gonna use her big ass hammer, which is way too big to hammer nails. But like she's gonna push the nail in a little bit so it stays, and then she is gonna like giant ass hammer these 3 nails into the door, and I am going to attempt to cast. See the name of it. This is going to be Heresy Denied. What?
Heresy.
Heresy Denied. It's the name of the
Heresy?
spell.
Who
Yeah.
said anything about heresy?
fuck
Well,
off, cannibals. We're not on your menu.
The name of the spell, Heresy Denied. So,
-10. Yep. What'd you get?
22.
22. What does that get with a crit?
Yeah, baby. So, all of the above, but the foes cannot resist this magic. So, after successfully casting the spell, the portal cannot be trespassed by creatures that are. This says mutant or other humanoid possessing mutants, but we had talked about it's
I'm
general,
gonna
yeah.
rephrase that to unholy.
Unholy things.
Unholy things.
Yeah. So for 11 hours, anything that is unholy cannot. It says so unless they resist a resolve test, they cannot cross this threshold. But with a critical success, they are not able to resist.
All right.
They cannot cross this threshold for 11 hours. And then there's a should they cross, they take damage, but they can't because but if they it's whether they resist or not. So if they try to get through, even if they can't, they take damage.
Okay.
So for 11 hours, we're safe here. And if these are all just very creepy, nice people and they're not evil as fuck, then I wasted about 3 nails. So.
The captain's like just hunched up in the back of this dorm room and it's just like not exactly the leg stretching I was hoping for, but.
You're more than welcome to leave and go leg stretch in a different room.
He looks at the barrier and is like, said, like, how pure do you need to be to pass that thing?
Are you undead or chaosy?
No, I've done some fucked up shit, though.
Should probably be fine. You
Okay.
can always try.
Captain,
I told you, I've never done it before.
Captain,
Yeah?
you've seen me and Gisela fight back to back before, right?
Yeah,
We've done some fucked up shit.
that's fair. Like, party pretty hard in my... it'll probably be fine.
Sigmar doesn't actually care about parties.
No Sigmar cares about parties as if there's soporific musk and pink and people with long blonde hair.
There was the one... She had long blonde hair. No, it's fine. It's probably fine.
I don't want to know. Well, actually, I kind of do. I want details, but I'm supposed to know.
I know too much about chaos and it upsets me.
No, I'm talking about the cap, and she's like pulling this setup to it's like
hair, but
Yeah, the cat is just like, Nethra, when you get to Vattenheim, safe. I'll buy you a drink and tell you all the stories.
That's fair. And she's
By
going.
then, by the time we get to Debatenheim, you'll probably be in about a third of them.
As I said,
Mm,
you're more than welcome to leave.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
going to see if this thing has a basement in a way that it can crawl up from the deep, dark darkness.
Aldar,
Yes.
I'm making a pike wall.
Aldar, we're going to.
Making
From here.
face.
Mm-hmm.
We are no longer talking about how difficult the road is. We're talking about how to traverse it. How the fuck we getting out of here?
Well, first we're going to avoid Senor Creepy and Huey, Louie, Dewey, and Gooey. And then we're going to I don't care how long of a fucking walk it is. We're going to get to the main fucking road.
All right. Objections?
Yeah, did anyone else notice that he said 3 days since the thing evil shit happened and we've been in that for so about a week?
He also said the battlefield, not the app.
Yeah, things aren't adding up, and I really,
Aldar,
yeah.
he was talking about the cycle.
Now, could we talk our way out of this? He seemed like he was offering some sort of truce.
Ah, fuck me.
You know more
As
about it than I do, Aldar. Can we talk our way out of it? He was talking about the cycle.
No, we're not going to be talking. We're going to be running. We're going to be running a lot.
If we can talk him into just letting us go.
No. Gisela brings up a good point. This is going to be... Yeah, I'm going to need to find every loose fucking board in this place, and we're boarding it the fuck up with one way that we can easily destroy to get the fuck out. And then there's going to be a
Aldar,
lot of
Aldar.
running.
Aldar.
Don't waste your effort. We're fine. For 11 hours, we're fine. They can't come get us.
Also, Aldar, you don't build siegecraft. That's my job.
I have held out against things. But should this go the very unpleasant smelling way that I'm fearful of, there will be a buzzing first. Or a smell. One or the other.
Like the flies downstairs and the rotted food.
Yeah. Gonna need to burn all that. Be right back.
I thought. And Nethra turns and
Does
looks.
Aldar leave the room?
Yeah, Aldar leaves the room.
Aldar,
Yeah.
you go downstairs and you find the front door. Well, so Nethra, did you barricade the front door?
Nethra started to, and then Gisela said stop. So she's left a couple like traps, loose boards that would ping. Nothing that would stuff that would be more stuff that would be loud. Because it was easy,
Aldar,
so it'd be easy to retreat back, and then she's putting most of the fortifications upstairs.
Oh, yeah. No, this guy's weird. This guy's weird sneaky. I rolled a 5 on his stealth. Aldar, you just like come down the stairs around the corner, and he is standing right there at the base of the stairs. Just, hello. I was hoping that your friends maybe have come to a decision. I very much want to help you.
We'll get right back to you, Smiley. And I'm going to turn back, or turn around, and just like those times in the college dorm when you were showing off to your other friends and skipping every other step.
Yeah,
we're doing that.
Right. And you hear behind you just the slow.
I hate fucking being late. You hear as I come barreling back into the room.
A few moments after Aldar comes barreling back into the room, you see the man smiling. He says, "Friends, can we?" And he goes to step into the room, and it's like he hits a wall.
Can I shoot him when he hits the wall?
Hold on, he's gonna take damage first.
I want to.
Oh,
Let's
good,
see what
damage
does
first.
what does the barrier do?
So, if they attempt to cross the portal, they take 1d10 plus my willpower bonus.
What's your willpower bonus?
8.
8. Ooh. All right.
1d10 plus spicy.
What kind of damage is it?
It just says in damage.
Okay.
Regardless of whether they succeed the resist or not.
Do you want to roll or shall I?
I will go ahead and roll.
All right, roll me that damage.
7.
7.
So 15.
15. He walks into it and fire, like you can see as like it's not fire, it's just like his flesh almost retreats off his hand as his hand, which is outstretched, starts coming. And he looks in like a combination of hurt and shock as this unholy motherfucker is unable to cross the barrier. And I think that's a good place for us to really quickly pause for our mid-game break here.
Apparently I was muted, but that's okay. We're gonna stretch, Bio, come back. Nether's gonna shoot some people. Gisela's gonna pray and hit some people. Aldar's gonna hit some people. And life will... We're gonna burn this village. We're burning the village. Bye. Alright.
Stand in the doorway?
We're
It's a
fine.
small door. Y'all picked a small room. So
Yeah,
anyway.
we're gonna see you all in about 8 minutes, everybody. Bye-bye. hello, welcome back. We are here. We're okay. Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot this guy in the face.
All right.
After-
Let's come back to that small little doorway in an abandoned inn in the village of Saul, and the caretaker Heinrich standing there with his hand having started to reach through the portal, and there's just nothing left except for like bone and sinew on a couple of his fingers there as he pulls it back. And Nethra, I'm gonna need to roll initiative to see who gets to act first here.
Cool.
So roll your initiative value. Aye, yay.
That's an
Probably you.
18.
Yeah, definitely you. Will you go ahead? You may roll to shoot this guy.
I'm going to shoot him with the gun because she had it prepped. It's like, nope. No, I guess I do have to shoot you in the face. So that's a 33 under a 61.
All right. Roll your damage. D6, 1s and 6s explode.
6.
Sorry.
1. 5.
All right.
12. Plus combat bonus, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's 5, so it's 10.
Okay. So.
It's not blessed, though. Shit. Oh, well.
All right. So. You take a chunk of his, we'll go with, you know what? His left arm just disappears as he doesn't react to it. And he looks down and he just simply steps off to the side of the doorway to no longer be in it. And he says, "This is a most unfortunate way for us to be treating each other." As he kind of...
We really just wanted a night to sleep and eat something.
I was happy to provide that, as you hear a swelling buzz.
Yeah. No, this is a super clingy way to provide that. We just wanted some time by ourselves.
I understand that, but I think to fully understand the situation, you should come see the work we're doing.
A hand is just going to immediately go out of the door. I'm going to swing in the direction he was with the bottle of holy water Gisela left me.
Oh, you're throwing her blind?
No. I'm swinging around, like I'm grabbing the door frame, swinging out, smacking it against him, and then I'm going to swing myself back into the room.
All right. Given that, you're going to roll me a simple melee at a -20. Let's see what you got.
Ancestors, please. The ancestors heard. That's a 2.
That's a 2.
That
You may roll me damage. Roll a d6. So you're swinging a bot. Are you trying to splash it on him? Or
I'm trying to break this wine bottle over his body that's full of holy water.
Okay.
Aldar is going to barroom fight a servant of chaos.
That's okay.
So, things explode on 5s.
Yep.
It's 3 5s. 6. 5. So, it's 26. 29.
29 damage?
Yeah.
From a bottle?
Yeah. Ancestors be praised. Oh, and if it adds my combat bonus, that's an additional 9. So make that a 38.
Eldar,
Mm-hmm.
as you come around that corner,
Yeah.
you are engulfed in a cloud of flies. You swing and you connect solidly with something, but you can't actually see. You come back out of it as the flies continue to buzz and burr around. You hear something hit the ground. And you hear the voice say, "That is most unfortunate, but he is in the cycle. He will be missed. Sister Gisela, you had said you required armor for someone. We have armor available."
I don't think he was big enough. Oh, wait, did a big one come up? Did Aldar hit a big one?
Well,
You may come
Aldar
out.
hit something.
Most unfortunately, Aldrich has been slain.
Okay. Does this mean it's my turn?
We're not necessarily in combat. You guys have been attacking. He has not been responding.
I'm perfectly fine with one-sided conversations, as long as more motherfuckers hit the ground.
If you all... I am offering, to be clear, a chance for you all to live, to leave. We do not, or we are united in this purpose against undeath.
I don't think you understand that we were just trying to sleep here safe. You're the one who started this. You're the one who tried to come into the safety of our area. We had a bulwark against...
You make a habit of shooting people who come into your rooms.
Yes.
Right? But we probably make a habit of shooting people who get burned upon trying to enter our rooms.
I
Got burned trying to enter our rooms. The God Emperor has decided that you were not worthy of entering this room. And as you tried to do so, that got you a bullet in the head.
Your methods seem a bit extreme, but I understand that your deity has much more stringent and unbending beliefs. However, we need not let that stand in between us. I am more than happy to allow you all a safe passage from here.
And I am more than happy to reunite you with the other one.
If it is my fate to be entered into the cycle, then so be it.
Aldar, that's not going to work as an intimidation tactic.
There wasn't trying to intimidate, it was an invitation.
Between us. If you will simply allow us to finish what we begin. You came to us. If you leave in peace and we finish what we are working on, we will be able to hold back the horde of undead for some time. And then maybe it will be defeated by your God Emperor.
No, the God Emperor does not need your help.
I'm
gonna go out and swing around the door.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna try... Okay, I can't do that one because that one's greater. We're gonna try to do a thing.
All right. What are you trying to do?
We're gonna try to do damnation. I gotta be able to touch him in order to do it, though.
That's gonna be an issue.
Is he there? Can I reach him?
He is moved away from the doorway, having been shot. There is a large body of one of the soldiers that you saw at the door. One that didn't have his helm on, and like the side of his head is caved in from the bottle strike that Eldar gave him. There's another one of those soldiers standing in the hallway, looking ready to fight.
Can I touch that one?
Yes, you can try to. What is the spell?
We're gonna try to cast damnation.
All right.
Also known as turn your head and cough.
No, that's a different. That's a different spell. Okay, we're gonna try to pray for damnation. See if we can do it. All right, 34. So that's not a critical success, but it is a success. So, he meets the requirements of being unclean or unholy. He has to resist with a successful coordination. He is unable to counterspell, dodge, or parry for the duration of the spell. In addition, they suffer a negative 20% base chance to resist magic. My magics for the duration of the spell.
All right. What were the names y'all were given to these guys?
Well, I think Gooey's dead, so there's Huey,
Gooey's
Louie,
down.
Dewey.
This is Dewey.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you are moving into touch range and then back out, and you did not kill this guy on one hit, you are going to take an opportunity attack if you try to go back into the room.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that.
All right. He is going to take a swing at you. That is a hit.
Okay.
He is going to... Oh, man. 13 damage.
That just beats my first threshold by 1.
All right. You receive a blow back as you do this. Dewey is now under the effect of the damnation spell.
So he cannot counterspell, dodge, or parry for the duration. And when I start chucking magic about, he is harder to resist that.
You hear, "You all clearly want your space. It shall be given. You shall have the building."
Dude, it's like, that's what we said is we wanted space.
You are a very violent bunch.
We wanted our space.
When you realize that we are united in our defense of life, we will be outside, waiting.
Thank you for your time. Go the fuck away.
You may keep the armor as a gift.
Can I shoot him?
No, we're definitely keeping the armor. Stop that, Aldar. We need this armor. This is good armor.
I got enough holy water. We can anoint the fuck out of it. It's fine.
All right.
Don't use your holy water. I'm sure I can do that on my own.
Okay, well, that's fair.
There's not enough soap on Earth.
You wouldn't be able to bring it through the doorway if it was problematic.
Okay,
I'm
well,
not touching it.
I will. I'll go out and grab the armor off the dude's corpse and bring it in. Can I try to bring it through the room?
It totally stops at the barrier.
Delightful. Well, then we'll leave it here.
You do notice it is overly rusted and like appears to be like corroding in some weird ways that metal really shouldn't.
Gross.
wash your hands with holy water. That shit's weird. Nope. Captain, am I request official permission to burn this place to the ground?
We are sleeping here.
Nethra, Gisela, when we leave this place, it is a pile of goddamn ashes.
Thank you very much.
Gisela, I want holy fire. I want holy Sigmarite fire.
You know I have never once in my life been able to summon fire, right?
I don't care. If you light it, it's fucking holy fire as far as I'm concerned based on what I've seen.
Okay. I mean, if that's the definition we're going with, that's fine.
But and he looks at the like, Gisela, love what you've done here. This doorway thing is cool. The longer we stay here, the more people they're gonna have around this fucking inn. If we're leaving, we need to leave soon.
But like, it lasts for 11 hours.
That's 11 hours for them to just set up. Like, there's limited ways out of this place.
Yeah, but my arm got scratched. And Aldar's head, and Aldar got scratched. We could both be not scratched in 11 hours, and like.
I am willing to fight between here and where we're going if it means that more of those fuckers die.
I feel like this only gets worse for us if we wait here longer.
I feel like I was the one who said not to come to this damn village in the first place, and you wanted to come here because it was better than not coming here, so now we're here?
Gisela?
Yes.
You were right.
And you were wrong.
Yes,
Go
I was.
ahead and say it.
Now let's get the fuck out of here.
Nethra wasn't waiting for this conversation. She was going around and just like breaking tables and setting this whole place up to become a giant burn collapse.
Okay, before we do that, can you grab nails?
Oh yeah, well, she's breaking everything, so she's pulling nails as she goes.
Yeah, no, any nails you got, pull them out of furniture. They don't have to be new. In fact, it's better if they're bent, because then I don't have
Gisela,
to
you now will have enough nails to do the spell as many times as you want.
Also, since we're in an
Unlimited
inn,
nails.
there is one thing that I am searching for.
What is that?
Salt.
Ooh.
Roll me a awareness test.
I'm also taking the bottles of
15.
wine.
Under
Aldar?
49.
It's difficult. It's almost like they got rid of the salt.
Yeah.
You find one small semi-sealed container of salt tucked away in a back cupboard underneath like a couple of like detritus and refuge.
You are precious and I love you.
Do you need a salt bomb, Aldar? I can make you a salt bomb.
No, I need enough salt to make sure nothing of his blessings grow in this place.
I don't think that's going to be enough salt for that.
No, it's not. But if I see Smiley, I'm gonna shove this down his fucking throat.
Cool. And she will go.
Alright.
Nethra will go over and have Remsaw start helping her. Like,
Aldar, before we leave, I haven't dealt with these particular groups before. Are they going to make us afraid?
They're going to do everything.
That's not a helpful answer.
Take your deepest, darkest nightmares and anything tied to that initial revulsion you feel at insects, and ramp it up into a nightmare you cannot comprehend right now. That's what we're facing.
My nightmares don't revolve around insects. I'll talk about that later, but we'll go ahead and pray to not be afraid. And I'm going to attempt to cast Lionheart.
All right. So what you've cast it once
I
successfully.
cast it once successfully.
Cast it a second time and yep.
Okay, the -10, right?
Yep.
Come on, baby. Sigmar loves me. Yes! It's a 33!
That is a crit success. Mark down
That
2
is
successes
very
there.
good.
You get 2 successes for that.
Which
So you
means-
officially know the Lionheart spell now,
Yeah, we do.
or the Lionheart prayer.
Yep. So, for the next, what was it?
Yeah, it's like
15
11 hours.
minutes?
Oh, 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
Okay.
Because Lionheart's in minutes.
Yeah, sorry.
Lionheart's
for the
short.
next 15 minutes, we are immune to intimidation. We cannot be subject to stress or fear. And because it's a crit success, we are immune to terror, baby. Let's do it now.
All right. Y'all going outside?
Also remember, when you think they're dead, they're not.
I don't care. You're dead. Okay, let's do it.
Outside is it's caretaker Heinrich standing there with his 3 armored friends, one of whom now, the one that was standing in the back recently, you couldn't like get a good look at him, his like hulky form, you can see that underneath his chainmail that his gut has split open, and that there is distinctly a smell coming off of him. And Heinrich looks at all of you and says, "Ah, you've emerged. Please, I would like to show you our work in the chapel." I appreciate your politeness. It is the first, honestly, polite thing you all have done since you've arrived here. If it is going to come to violence, I'm very sorry for that. But we will then, don't fear, we will put you to good use in the cycle.
Nope, I'm gonna reject that offer very
I'm gonna
kindly
need
and
you all to roll
politely.
initiative.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna roll for
Can
the
I
armored dudes and for
can I
creepy guy.
say that one of the things we did while she was pulling things apart and prepping things to burn was reload the one bullet that she fired?
Yeah. I'm fine with that. All right, throw your initiative in chat, please, so we can get this going. And we have 3 big guys, the one creepy dude.
One of the big guys has damnation still.
Yes, one of them does still have damnation.
Dewey still has damnation.
Dewey has damnation. I love it. All right. Okay. So, let me get my notes up real quick. We are gonna get ready to rock and roll here because I didn't have my combat notes ready for some reason. But
you didn't think we were going to fight these guys?
I knew we were gonna fight these guys, and for some reason I just blanked on getting my combat notes up. So, I believe it is going to be, yeah, Nethra, you're definitely first. So why don't you go ahead and tell me what you're doing? You have 3 AP. What would you like to do with yours as the caretaker still has this cloud of flies is swirling around him still.
I'm going to spend 1 to aim,
Mhm.
and I'm going to spend the other to throw one of these bottle bombs and light his face on fire.
Okay.
Because Nethra's reaction is, evil, burn it. That's it.
Yep.
I have one thing I do. Alright. So that is a 55 under a 62.
You hit. You may roll damage.
Mm-hmm.
However, go ahead and roll damage. Actually, I'll save you on this. He crit succeeded his cast of his spell for this. So even though you hit, he cannot take damage from a ranged attack.
Okay, but can he take damage from the fire?
He actually can't.
Okay, can his flies take damage from the fire?
His flies are a manifestation of the spell. You throw
Okay.
the bottle bomb.
That's fair.
It strikes the flies and it spreads over them, and you see hundreds of roasted flies fall to the ground as the smell of burnt insect comes to you, and more flies swarm up to cover him. And he says, "There is always more life."
Yeah. I got a better idea of what to do next, though. And then she's just going to cock. For flavor, I'm going to hold that last AP, but for flavor, she's going to cock the gun and be prepared with that.
You all, I gave you a chance. I gave you a chance to walk away. Now you will be food. You will feed our ritual. Your souls will be consumed by the Father, and you will help us bring into this world a creature so powerful it can defeat what we'll see, and you will be eaten by maggots. And he is going to use Litany of Hatred.
Which doesn't work on us, right?
It does
We're immune
not.
to intimidate.
It's an intimidate, not a fear or...
We're
But
immune to
that's
intimidate
the
because
very first one. We are immune to intimidate, which he does not know, but we are immune to intimidate, stress, fear, and then because it was a
that's
critical
right.
error.
Yeah, you're right. I'm
Hello,
gonna roll for it
Lionheart.
anyway.
Hey, I understand.
I would have succeeded. When I use Litany of Hatred, however, because of one of his things, you all do take peril.
From
Okay.
what?
You don't. Your damage thresholds will not be. But no. You know what? Based on the tag that it says, it's all about making you guys afraid. So you guys are just immune to this. I'll go with that. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend that
Bring
that
it, baby.
misfortune
That one.
point that y'all
Yeah.
gave me, and I'm going to give him an extra AP, and he is going to cast a spell.
Okay.
So let's really quick his incantation. Just barely goes off.
I have counter spell, so you're fine.
He opens his hand. The flies that are swarming around him fly out towards all of you. You are engulfed in a cloud of biting flies. And you are all going to take 19 damage.
Okay.
And I need all of you to make a... Oh, no. Yeah, I need all of you to make a toughness test.
Yeah,
Toughness
that's not fun.
Any penalties?
No penalties on this one.
Okay. That is 15 under 64.
Fine.
That is a 22 under a 20 and under a 33.
You're fine.
40 under a 52.
You're all fine. All right, so y'all take damage, but he has cast his spell, and that is his turn. And
That-
it is now Gisela's turn.
You said 19?
Yeah.
19.
That's
19 took me down to seriously wounded.
Oh, roll me those.
same here, but I'm immune to wounds.
Yeah, 19,
Oh, okay, you're
took,
immune.
19 took me down to moderately wounded.
All right.
Yeah,
I
went
need
from lightly to
Nephra, I need
serious
you to
now.
roll me 1d6. Gisela, I need you to roll me 2d6.
3.
1 and 3.
You're all both fine.
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah. Anyway, now, Gisela, it is your turn.
Yeah. Shit. I didn't get to prep. Fuck. Okay. we're going to go ahead and start with Chaos Overturned.
All right.
So this is going to give me an extra AP.
All right.
This one I already know,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm in combat. So what am I sitting at?
-10 for the combat.
Okay, and this is a lesser spell, so it's 2 AP. So we're sitting in -10.
Yep.
22.
Ooh, what does the crit do?
I also get a +20 to combat-based tests.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Gisela.
I feel like I need to do my other spell last. So
Gisela,
yeah.
you feel the beam of light that shoots down as it's like a bolt of lightning comes down into you, and the approval of Sigmar. Burn it all.
So she's gonna walk forward, totally ignoring the flies, with her hammer still glowing, and like up chop at him like golf style. I want to go for the magic castery one.
There are 3 big guys in front of him. He has got big
Can't
dudes.
get to him.
If you wanted to like step between them and like, yes, there will be penalties in the next round of this, but you could do that.
Yeah, I want to do that. This guy's
Okay.
bad news, and I want to golf swing his head.
All right, go for it.
Oh. I probably should have done a thing, but never mind. I already rolled, so I won't do that. 21 definitely hits.
It definitely hits.
And this is going to be 6.
Oh no.
3. So that's 15 plus my combat bonus is 21 damage.
Blackjack.
Gisela, do you want to describe how you end this motherfucker?
Oh no, I already described it. I'm totally like golf driving up into his head.
Yeah, this is like the head detaches and flies off towards the chapel. You actually lose sight of it as the body stands there for like a little too long and then like falls off to the side. The 2 big guys on either side though are now in combat with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna disarm one of them because I still have AP.
All right. Disarm is, I believe, let me recheck this.
Looks like it says a
coordination. Roll me a coordination test.
Yeah. Let's go against the one. Am I in between? Well, there were 3 of them. Is one of them the one that has my damnation penalty?
He was in the middle, so yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go against that one.
Dewey was in the middle.
Because he can't dodge or parry or do a bunch of shit. So we're gonna go against that one. Oh, no, 75. So that does not.
All right. All right. It is now Aldar's turn.
I am Eldar, son of Kelvin and Hildegard, last scion of the Ravenheart, and I will be the last thing you see on this earth. And I'm going to charge one of them.
You actually get a salute from the one that you do that to as he like touches the his weapon to his helm as you charge him.
And yeah, let's do this. 33.
Oh, so you charge and get a crit hit. So roll that sweet 2 dice damage.
3 and a 6. 6. 1. 25.
25. All right. That one is going to go ahead and drop on down. Lightly wounded, moderately wounded. He is seriously wounded. He's rolling
And
2.
roll an additional d6 for there will be blood.
No.
And an additional d6 because of vicious.
Because of what?
Vicious from the
Oh,
sword.
nope. No 6s.
I tried.
All right. Yeah, but you, as he salutes you back and like sets to his stance with his like weapon and shield, you come in and you just knock him back, and the shield comes and you slash under it, and you hear things drop out of him as you slice into him, but he continues to stand in front of you. Aldar, or not Aldar. It is now these guys' turn. The one in front of Aldar is going to attack him, but he is going to call back as he says, I am Gringan of the village of Saul, and I shall be the one who enters you into the cycle. And he uses Champion's Call. You are now unable to parry, dodge, or counterspell. And he sets, and he's going to try to
like my power.
Yeah, it does. He has this thing, Champion's Call. And he is going to try to knock you down to your knees with his shield. Okay. So I need you to roll me either a coordination or athletics test.
I'll go with athletics.
Okay.
I'm not that coordinated. I am athletic. Any penalties?
Nope.
24 under 64.
All right. He's going to follow it up with a strike, even though he doesn't manage to knock you down. He's going to try to hit you. He does. He manages to hit you. He only does 10 damage.
Doesn't get through the first threshold.
All right. So he clinks off your shield with the lowest roll he could possibly do. He what sort of armor is Eldar wearing?
Brigandine. So it's just this, whatever weapon he's got, I'm picturing it hits one of the plates. The bruises underneath between that and the gambeson of those plates is just and Aldar is most certainly awake.
The other two are pivoting to face Gisela, who just killed their caretaker. They are not particularly happy about that. So one of them is going to, you tried to disarm them, they're going to try to disarm you. One of them is going to like try to grab your weapon arm. I need you to roll me a coordination test.
Okie dokie. $36.
All right.
Under 47.
Okay. I want you to roll an athletics test. This is going to try to slam you in the side of the head with his shield.
Okay, that I failed with a 57 over a 42.
I apologize. That was supposed to be a toughness test. Does that make it any better?
That makes it a 57 over a 52. So a little better, but no.
It was a stunning blow. You will lose 1 AP as this thing's trying to ring your bell. Okay.
But I have extra AP anyway.
And now the one that did both these things is going to try to hit you. Does not hit you.
Wait. He was able to do both a stunning blow and a disarm. Those are perilous stunts, and I have been told you are only allowed to do one perilous stunt in a turn unless you have special things.
No. You can do multiple perilous stunts. You can only do one attack action.
Okay, we'll talk about that later because I had a thing that says you get an extra AP that can be used to do multiple things. We'll talk
if I recall correctly, we talked about that. It is that AP is specifically reserved for those things.
It is not. It is one additional
Read me
AP.
the ability. Read me the ability real quick.
Yep. Hold on. I'm pulling up the actual.
Because there's like stuff that
one
lets you set aside an
at
AP
the start
specifically
of-
for parry.
I know. You successfully cast this spell, gain 1 additional AP at the start of your turn in combat to use as you see fit. This also means you can make an additional attack action or perilous stunt.
I mean,
And
I would agree with that
because of that-
reading.
Because of that, you had previously ruled that you were only able to make one or the other, so I can't make multiple. I could only make...
That's fair enough. Then one tried to stun you, one tried to disarm you.
Okay.
Now they're both going to attack you.
I'm fine with that. I just want to make
One missed,
sure
one hit.
Thank you.
6, 3, 15, 18. You were taking 18 damage.
Okay, that is just under. I am grievously wounded now.
Roll me 3d6.
Okay. It's 3 5s.
All right, you're good. Okay, you're set. That is all the bad guys' turns. It is now back up to Nethra.
So Nethra is going to look at what's happening and be like, well, fuck this shit. And hand 2 bottle bombs to Remsaw and say, light that, in pointing to the in behind them, just for that. And she's going to see Gisela get stuck in between these two and get a little wounded. And realize she could shoot, but it would cause a problem. So she's gonna pull out one of her holy hand grenades of holy water, and because if it hits Gisela, it's not going to do any damage to Gisela. And therefore she's going to chuck it at the aim and then chuck it at the head of the individual, one of the two, Dewey, because he can't dodge or parry.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage, or go and roll attack, and then we'll roll damage.
So that is a 48 under 62.
All right.
And that
roll
is
me d6. No, these don't explode for
They
once.
don't.
They're not.
No, they're not.
gunpowder.
These are just sixes.
Okay.
6, 6, and a 4. So that's
Okay.
16 plus 5 is 21.
21. All right. And this is Dewey that you did this to?
Yes. And that way, if Gisela gets splashed with holy water, it's just Gisela holy water.
Why are y'all picking on Dewey? All right. He does
Because
not
he's the
take
middle.
injury. The holy water doesn't seem to have any impact.
Okay, well, that's fair. That's fine. How far away is this chapel where their project is?
The chapel is on the furthest back hill.
Okay, so it's a distance.
It's a fair distance.
Okay. Then yeah, she's just going to regain. It's like, okay, well, that didn't work. I'll shoot him next time, Gisela.
Now up would be the headless corpse, which twitches mildly. Gisela, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm Gisela's in a bad way. So we're going to start. She's gonna take a couple of deep breaths and grab
That's right.
the comet necklace that she's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh fuck. Okay, Sigmar, I can't go down here. Don't let me So let me go down here. She is going to roll to pray for unassailable bulwark.
Ooh.
Fuck, I need this. It's an 11.
Sigmar really loves Gisela.
Sigmar really, really loves me. Okay. So,
Off your ass.
from now on, both grievous and serious injuries would be treated as moderate injuries, except I'm also immune to all melee damage because it was a crit success.
This time,
Catherine, don't hit me with a bullet.
this time,
Only thing that can kill me.
Don't worry, I ain't gonna hit you with shit.
lightning actually does strike you. As you feel disgust, like a deep, unnerving disgust for what has happened in this village come into you, as the pure rage of Sigmar goes into Gisela. Nobody left here can live. Gisela, that was fucking awesome. Move one thing up your damage track as Sigmar gives you a little bit of approval.
Okay. Well, I'm short 1 AP from being stunned. That took 2 AP. Let me double check. I think that was 2 AP for that prayer.
Mm-hmm. You got the one left.
Oh, no. Unassailable bar work was petty, so that only took 1.
Oh, wow.
So technically
Dewey is moderately wounded right next to you.
Well, I'm going to baseball smack Dewey with my hammer in the head. With 43, so that's good. It's a 6 and a 5. So that's 11 plus my combat bonus is 6, so 17. 17.
Okay.
And he can't dodge or parry or counterspell.
Yep. No, yeah, Dewey's, you cave in the armor on Dewey's left side, and there's like a break in the armor as you drive his own shoulder pauldron down into his chest, and there's a spurt of blood. And he stands there for a moment, 2 beats, 3 beats, wobbles, and drops.
Nice.
He's dead.
Gisela's gonna think about saving an AP to dodge or parry for a second, then remember that Sigmar made her fucking immune to melee damage, so she's going to attempt... Oh god, this is gonna be a real bad idea. She's going to attempt to use inspiring words.
Ooh. Roll that leadership test.
Yeah, that's the thing I can do. I can totally do that. Oh, fuck. No, I'm not doing that.
Why?
Because leadership's flipped to fail, so we're not doing that.
Is everyone on board with, like, in this absolute moment that Gisela's not flipped to fail on a leadership test?
I'm fine with it as long as her voice, due to the Sigmar's significant interest in this moment, has reverb. That is my condition.
I'm good with that. I'm good with like Gisela losing her voice after this combat because Sigmar literally speaks through you for a half second.
Okay, we'll go with that. Sure.
Voice has reverb.
Yeah.
You get the echoey voice.
Ooh, echoey voice. Well, that failed anyway. So apparently I lost my voice a little bit early.
Oh.
That was a 78 over a 49. So
We have rerolls.
We've
I've
got
already
3 of them
used my
left.
real roll.
You can use mine.
Okay. I will then use Hope's reroll. For 33 under a 49.
See, the ancestors are with us.
Gisela.
The ancestors are with us.
Gisela. It
The
is
crit
your
doesn't
mouth
help
that
me
moves.
there, but
It is your mouth that moves. But a voice that echoes within itself comes out. As you hear echoing through the hills of this village. The village of Virlet was a good and honorable place. Your desecration of this comes to an end tonight. And everyone gets +1 to their damage threshold.
their peril threshold. Yeah,
And their peril
+1 to
threshold.
damage and peril thresholds. Wait.
Right.
Okay, so that says +1 to damage and peril thresholds. Does that mean +1 to damage and +1 to your peril threshold, or +1 to your damage threshold?
Damage threshold and peril
+1 to
threshold.
damage and peril thresholds. We've been through this already.
Trust
It
me,
is-
I was hoping for the other
I
one,
don't
but
remember that, and it's poorly written. So.
Well, it's the fact that it's thresholds plural is what it's
Yep.
saying.
yeah.
Yep.
That's the key there.
It doesn't say thresholds plural. It says threshold. +1 to damage and peril threshold.
Well, that's a question I will ask Dan on this, but for right now, I'm ruling it's your thresholds.
Got it. I'm good with that. I just wanted to make sure we knew.
All right. It is now Aldar's turn.
Squishy is going to get knocked down. Since he is still up in front of me, so we're going to try and knock him over. He tried to knock me over. Okay.
So
I
go
have
ahead and
another
roll me in athletics or coordination.
athletics.
Yep.
21 or 64.
All right. You buckle his knee and drop him down. What are you doing?
Never try to knock over a dwarf. And then I'm bringing the sword down.
You get. I'm gonna say, since you just took him down, take a +20 to that attack.
Okay, so that modifies that. So partial melee all of a sudden becomes an 81, and that was a 47.
All right. Roll 2d6.
Okay, that's a 2 and a 5. 6. 1. 23.
23.
Yeah.
All right. So that is what weapon are you using again?
I'm using the. This is the Mortuary Sword.
Yeah. Yeah. You come down through the shoulder, down through the collarbone, through the heart, down through the rib cage, and you lodge somewhere in his hip bone.
And then with my last AP, I'm going to turn to the other one. Because there's one left, right?
Yep.
I'm going to use Litany of Hate. This isn't the first time I've dealt with you squishy boys. And just like the last time, I will salt your corpses. There is no cycle for you. There is just the end. And when that bitch gets here with her undead, all they'll have to do is lick on your salty bones.
Roll me that intimidate test.
That is a 33 under a intimidate 64.
Tell you what, this dude's just mortal enough to nope. Just looks at everyone dead, turns, and starts waddle running up the hill towards the chapel. Nethra, you want to take your shot? All right, go ahead and roll that attack. All right, roll damage. Heck, yeah, roll damage. Roll damage. Yeah, he cannot dodge. Head explodes.
I am still muted. Apparently, I called shotted and shot him in through the head and was muted with a.
Prax called, shotted, and rolled ridiculously again. The head explodes, and yet the forces of chaos continue to intervene on Prax's mute button.
My mute. I think it's the way something is set up. And then she's going to start running towards the chapel, pulling like 3 of the bottle bombs as she goes. And if she sees a building as she runs by, she's just throwing one through the doorways or the windows.
All right. What are the rest of you doing? Is the combat is over?
Taking one of the torches on my kit, lighting it, and this town's gonna burn.
So, as you begin lighting the village aflame, the captain helping, Remshaw helping, the chapel.
Gisla's gonna run after Nethra.
Yeah, I was gonna say for cinematic purposes, we'll have you all approach the chapel kind of together, having set the village ablaze. The glow of the fire in the evening is lighting your walk up to this chapel. The door into it is coated with flies. As you go to move, they like move aside, but they don't take off. The door opens. The inside of the door is coated in maggots. The floor inside writhes as you can smell every single person for at least 20 miles has been composted inside this chapel.
Holy water's not gonna. These are dead. Gisela would like to aid in this by praying. I'm not trying to do a specific prayer. She is just trying to help invoke Sigmar's view on what Nethra is doing right now in hopes that he helps this fire.
Yeah, Nethra's sorry, I don't know what's going on. I think Streamlabs is just taking my mute from my mute, not you guys. So Nethra's just standing at the doorway and chucking fire bombs like every 10 feet down the center aisle. Not actually entering this place because this is cursed as fuck and she's already... Nope. No.
The smell somehow gets worse with the fire, but it burns. The entire village burns. Gisela, you feel the anger and the disgust that has inhabited you abate with a sense of not satisfaction, for there's much work yet to be done, but that slight nod of a single job well done. As the captain looks hollowed out and tired, we best get moving.
One last thing.
And as you move down the hill, away from this fucking village, burns, you hear the whomp, whomp, whomp of wing beats. The captain looks up and goes, "Oh, fuck."
Who's for
As
barbecue?
something large drops out of the sky onto the captain, tearing him in half.
Oh, shit.
And that's where we're going to end this session, as a distended, bat-winged creature has dropped down on the captain.
Great.
Yeah.
Look, we can burn it. We haven't left the village is still burning.
All right. So, y'all purged the village of Nurgle.
I vote we burn most of the people we meet from now on.
You cannot just burn the entire empire. There are actual, regular, non-chaotic human citizens that you kind of just have to be okay with.
I said most of the people we meet.
No, that defeats the purpose of what we're doing.
How does the arguing continue out of character?
Because that is just us.
Yeah.
But thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us. We went a little later, but that was okay. I had a lot of fun. We're going to go around, let everybody say who they are, where you can find them, share some love and joy and good things. And then I'll do the spiel at the end. So why don't we start this tonight with Tom? Tom, how are you?
I'm good. I was very excited to get that village in to this story, and I was even more excited when Pope put a Nurgle backstory into his character, because that fit very nicely. I'm doing really well. This weekend on Saturday, you can catch me on Master the Game's YouTube channel, playing D&D with Laura. We are going to be playing the Blackrock campaign, where I play my Doc Holliday inspired warlock who made a deal to not die from sickness and now really enjoys playing cards and starting fights.
Always a good deal, actually, until you get shot. But hey, Laura, how are you? How's life going for you?
Well, that was freaky as all shit, and there's definitely gonna have to be some discussions around that seems like that might have done a few things. Of course, we'll have to wait for Gisela to get her voice back.
I feel like I'm giving the group trust issues.
Yeah. I am now writing leadership down as one of the out of profession things I need to buy here in a minute, because apparently I need to have leadership. Also, please don't let Tom fool you. The whole deal with the Lich thing is coming back to bite him in the ass way ahead of that, because apparently the Lich made deal with other people and we're fighting them now. So, like, it's a bigger thing.
We're burning everything to the ground. I have not heard a counter argument for fire yet.
Oh, for the record, yeah, we'll do XP. But Gisela, Sigmar's very happy with you, so you get your third approval of Sigmar thing for your little holy quest that you're on.
See, we're a little
Yay!
close.
Because you both listened to the captain going into that village when you didn't want to, and then you burned it to the fucking ground when it deserved it.
Yes, see, Sigmar loves Gisela a lot. Alda, which is Pope. Hi, Pope. How are you? How you feeling? How's life?
There is just reticulated screaming going in my head.
And I
this
didn't even
is-
cause it this time, so it's not my fault.
No. This is all Tom's fault. So Tom, it's official. You get this now. I love you, Tom. I hate you, Tom. You've earned it.
I appreciate both of those statements.
So yeah, no, that was wonderful. Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World Build on Twitter, Pope World Build on the Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. Where you can find me next is this Sunday over on Balrog 1911 as we continue on with Brinkwood, the Blood of Tyrants. Yeah, having assassinated one of the vampire lords of the Isles, that felt good. And now the consequences are happening, and that feels bad. So if you want to see everything go, to use 40k terms, ploin-shaped, we'd love to have you. That is over on 2 p.m. Eastern, over on Balrog 1911. All donations, everything goes to American Cancer Research. It is a wonderful time, great cast. We have guests, and it has been a blast. And then, yeah, definitely come back around here for more Zweihander. I will leave Prax with some of the other stuff that is going on. But definitely, if you want to hear more, there's a number of things in the works. Definitely keep an eye on the Twitter because August is going to be busy. So see you all very soon. Thank you all for being here where Live Vlog YouTube destroys nothing without its audience. And if you've gotten this far over on the YouTube comments, let us know you have by going #Gisela was right. So we'll know. And yeah, take care of yourselves and one another. See you around.
So, thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us. I would like to point out that Nethra agreed with Gisela. She just thought we should burn the village first. That we shouldn't have stayed, and we should burn it. So we're agreeing. There's lots of things.
We're moving together in our agreement.
Yep. And I realized I should have just thrown the bottle bomb because I have a thing that I entirely forgot about where it doesn't matter. You can be in my area of effect, and I can make it so I don't hit you.
Well, we will save that for how awesome it is next time.
Yes, which will not be next week because next week is Gen Con and people will be gone for Gen Con. So instead, it will be in 2 weeks. We will come back for more of our Zweihander long retreat. Hey all, you know me. I'm at Deirdre on Twitter, Praxgorth Esmia4. You see me around here on Twitch. I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging with the channel. Thank you for being here and joining with us. If you've missed out and you want to check out any of the VODs, you could hit me up on the YouTube. There is one. The link is there. Check it out. We will be back in 2 weeks on Wednesday for more long retreat, but we will be back here on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the premiere with 2 of our character introductions for A Song of Agapia's Fortune. We will start with Tall Squall and Gremlin Art, Lynn and Jay, and I just want you to know the drama and the juicy bits are going to flow, and it will be so juicy you will not even wait. I have it all right here. On August 6th, we'll have Chris Geary and PB from PB Plays Inside. And then on August 13th, it'll be Hannah from Hanimation Art, and our dear own Pope will be having our character introductions and all of the fun and the drama and the dysfunction will be beginning. But check the Twitter because I'm posting all those good things and everything else that will be coming. There are a couple other things that are going to be happening soon in August. It will be so much fun. And check my Twitter because I post where I'm going to be, and the fun, wonderful, fabulous folks like these find people that I get to hang out with and have fun with and tell stories and games with. But we should send some love out into the universe. And we are going to go raid Lindy. They're still up. We should go raid Lindy. They're probably getting ready to end, but we're going to go raid Lindy. And until next time, everybody. Bye-bye.